Hey everyone, this is the continuation of exponent laws. We did negative exponents and negative exponents in the last video, so if you need a refresher, check out the laws of exponents tutorial part 1. This is part 2. We're going to start with multiplication rule for exponents. So the rule here is when you're multiplying two numbers with the same bases, you're going to keep the base, remember the base is the big guy, and add the exponents. They're the tiny numbers. So here we are. We have j to the 4 times j to the 3. So the bases here are the same. Okay, so you're just going to copy down the base and you're going to add the exponents. So I'm going to do j to the 4 plus 3. So 4 plus 3 is 7. That's your answer. All right. So keep your base, add your exponents. Over here in this problem, you have a bunch of different bases. You have numbers, you have A's, and you have B's. You need to keep this organized. Okay, that's my advice to you. Since multiplication is commutative, which means that you could change the order, like 2 times 3 is the same as 3 times 2. Okay, they both equal 6. You could change up the order that you're looking at this. All right, I want numbers with numbers, A's with A's, B's with B's. Okay, so since multiplication is commutative, and that's all we're doing here is multiplying, I'm going to move things around. So I'm going to keep my numbers out in front. So I have 3 and 2. They're my two numbers. So I'm going to write 3 times 2. I'm going to cross them off so I know that I copied them. Okay. Next, I'm going to go to A's. So I have a to the 4th. Cross that off. The B, that's not the same. And an a to the 5th. The only thing that I have left over is this b to the 8th power. Okay, so now we have numbers with numbers and matching bases with matching bases. Okay, so 3 times 2, you're going to do this just like how you normally would. 3 times 2 is 6. Here, A and A, they are like bases. So all you have to do is add your exponents. So instead of having 2 A's, I only have to write it one time. And a to the 4 times a to the 5 is a to the 9. B is kind of by itself, so you don't have to do anything with it besides copy it down. All right, that's that. Over here works the same way as the example with J. It's numbers though. So I'm going to write down 2. All you have to do is add all of these. So you have 3 plus 2 plus 5. 3 plus 2 plus 5 is 10. If they want you to simplify that, you have to do 2 to the 10 power, or 2 times 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 2. But we could do this much easier. All right, that got skipped over. So I was saying it would be much easier if we put that into our calculator. So obviously I already put it in my calculator and wrote it down. It just stopped recording me. So I'm going to just show you what I did. I put the base 2 to the, it's going to keep popping up, 10th power. And we got 1024. So I'm sure you guys and girls did that in your heads like I did. I'm just kidding. I definitely didn't. I totally used the calculator. So that is that part. Let's go to the next examples. All right, you ready for something weird? The multiplication law works opposite also. So if the bases are the same, you add the exponents. However, not opposite, but kind of similarly, but different. If the bases are the same, prior to this, we kept the base, added the exponents. However, if your exponents are the same, so if you have the same exponents, you multiply the bases, and keep the exponent. So this is important. You might want to write that down. Anything that I write down, you should. All right, so I'm going to multiply my bases. So I have 10 times 3, which is 30. And I'm going to keep my exponent, which is 6. All right, so what I did 10 times 3. And I kept my exponent. Same thing here. You have 5 times 7. You get 35. And you're going to keep your exponent, which is 3. Or, technically, that's what we do. There are my answers. Okay. Next law, power to a power. So when you have a power to a power, all you're doing is you're multiplying your exponents. I'm going to do this first, this second, and then this middle one third, because there's an extra thing going on there. So a power to a power is when your exponents are right next to each other, separated by a parenthesis. All you're doing is you're keeping your base and you're multiplying the exponents. So k to the 2 times 7 is k to the 14. All right. This one gets a little harder because you don't just have one base. You have two. You have a 2 and a q, which means since I have more than one base, I have more than one exponent inside of these parentheses. All right, the q obviously has the 5 as an exponent, but the 2 also has an exponent. We can't see it, but we know it's a 1. Okay, so both of these bases are going to change. The 2, or both of the exponents are going to change. The 2 and the q's exponents are going to change. This 4 kind of gets distributed to both. So it's 2 to the 1 times 4 and q to the 5 times 4. So 4 needs to multiply with both of the exponents inside of the parentheses. So we're left with 2 to the 4th power, q to the 20th. Now we don't want to leave a base with an exponent if the base is a number. We could put this in our calculator. So here we go. Let's come over here to our calculator. So you want 2 to the 4th power. Let's see what that is. And you get 16. So 16 q to the 20th power is your answer. Over here, this middle example, we can have a negative exponent. Okay, but I'm not going to deal with it until the end. I'm going to use my nice and easy power to a power rule. 6 times negative 2. Okay, so 6 times negative 2 is negative 12. but you cannot have a negative exponent. So this entire thing needs to go to the bottom of a fraction. When that happens, that negative turns into a positive, and you keep 1 as your placeholder. And there you have it. Okay. Finally, our law for division. So when we have two numbers, same base, all you're going to do is subtract your exponents. We're going to go one further. Add this here. You're going to keep base where your biggest exponent is. I'll show you what I mean by that. So you have 9 to the 6th power and a 9 to the 5th power. So you're going to keep your base and subtract your exponents. The exponent that is bigger is up here in the top. So you're going to move this up to the top. This is going to be 9 to the 6 minus 5, up there in the top. 6 minus 5 is 1, and 9 to the 1 power is just 9. Okay, that's easy. Over here it's not, is straightforward. You have q to the 7 over q to the 11. Well, 11 is your bigger exponent, so you're going to want to keep your q's in your bottom. So you have q to the 11 minus 7. You need a placeholder though now, so I'm going to put a 1. 11 minus 7 is 4. If you don't do it this way, you would have done it like this. Q to the 7 minus 11, and you would have gotten a negative exponent. And where do negative exponents go? If they're in the top, you got to throw them down to the dungeon and put a 1 over it. Either way you do it, you're still going to get the correct answer. Division, keep the base, subtract your exponents. All right. That was a quick overview of exponent laws. Again, we're going to go more in depth in class. So this is just kind of like a video that you could quickly click on to remind you of it before a test or before your midterm if there's exponents on the midterm. But in class, I'm going to go, we're going to talk about it a little bit more involved. All right, see you guys.